You should never get too comfortable when it comes to your 9 to 5. Just hilarious proved that. So, with that being said, let's get right into this. And hey, man, I just want to talk about why you should not ever get too comfortable with a 9 to 5 and just get too comfortable in life, period. So, with all that being said, let's switch over to this article that I have for you guys so that I can explain how Just Hilarious's situation pertains to this video. So let's get it. Alright, so as you guys can see, we are on yahoo.com, Yahoo News and Entertainment. Shout out to them. And the title says, "Is Just Hilarious fired from the Breakfast Club?" Now, the answer to that question is no, she isn't fired. But while she was gone from the club, someone replaced her. And I'll get more into depth on that. But let's just read into this article and then I'll give my explanation on why you shouldn't get too comfortable. All right, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see that better. So just to give a brief summary, I don't think we really need to read all of this. As we know, back in 2024, Angela Yee, she left the Breakfast Club, and the individual who replaced Angela Yee was Just Hilarious, right? But during that time that she replaced her, she soon became pregnant. And due to her becoming pregnant, she was on parental leave, right? So while she was pregnant, they had to get another replacement. And this replacement, her name is La Rosa. And keep in mind, Miss La Rosa, man, she is more experienced in the journalism field than Just Hilarious. As we know, Just Hilarious, she is more so of a comedian, right? Miss La Rosa, she has put in some years when it comes to just journalism and stuff like that, right? So some of the fans, really liked Miss La Rosa. And due to this, Just Hilarious, she was getting a lot of flack. People like Corey Holcomb called her out and said that she's going to get replaced by Miss La Rosa. And a lot of people thought that she had gotten fired because Miss La Rosa was doing the job so well. And because Miss La Rosa pretty much took her part of the show. Now, did Just Hilarious get fired? No, but she ended up going on Breakfast Club once she came back from her maternity leave, and she was pretty unprofessional. She, called out Charlemagne and, her other co-workers, stating that they didn't have her back and all of this and all of that, right? And I just bring this story to you guys to show that don't ever think that you're not replaceable. If we really break this down, man, let's just say you in corporate America. A lot of people or a lot of bosses in corporate America, they would probably get rid of you if you were in Just Hilarious' situation. Keep in mind, she just joined this team in 2024. A couple of months after that, she ended up getting pregnant and she was on maternity leave. So if you are a business, you not even really getting your full value out of her. Just Hilarious at that point hadn't even made what's the word? She hadn't even been there for a year, and she was already, on maternity leave for months. And when you really think about that, it's like, damn, you haven't even became a consistent face for the Breakfast Club. You haven't put in the years, you haven't put in the work just yet, and you already leaving on maternity leave. So, in corporate America, let's say that you just started your job a couple of months ago and then you already on maternity leave, or you notify them, oh, I'm pregnant, so I'm gonna be on maternity leave for the next 3 months before when I start the job. A lot of employers would replace you. They wouldn't really want you just because it's like, man, I'm not really getting my full value out of this person. This person not going to be at work for these next 3 months, and she just started. Like, when you really think about it like that, that was a somewhat bad move on her end. But of course, most people, they don't plan pregnancies, and that's understandable, obviously. So that ain't me knocking her. I'm just explaining that in corporate America, in the job field, a lot of employers would not like that, right? Because they feel like you just got the job and you not putting the work in. It's like, you got the job and you feel like you are comfortable, Think about it. Getting pregnant as soon as you get a job, it makes the employer feel like, damn, you must really think that you've worked for this position and worked for this money. You must really think that you just locked in like that without putting in any work. So that's how an employer would feel. Once again, most people don't have planned pregnancy, so that's understandable, and I'm not knocking her for getting pregnant. Why would I? Like, come on, man. That's part of life. We will have kids, and kids are a blessing. So I just want to keep that in mind. But I say all that to say that you can't get too comfortable when it comes to these jobs, man. You got to understand that you can be replaced at any time and any place. And to, just protect yourself from possibly getting replaced, getting fired, losing your job, you got to build up some emergency funds. That's number one. Build up some emergency funds, at least for the next 6 months until you could get back on your feet. So that emergency fund would consist of, money for your rent or mortgage for the next 6 months, money for food for the next 6 months, all of that good stuff, just so that you can have that cushion to get back on your feet if you do get fired. Another thing you need to be doing is working on things outside of work. And that's one thing I do want to salute Jess Hilarious on, is that she isn't only getting paid from the Breakfast Club. She has plenty of outside things going on, man. People know her name, right? So she has that in the bag right there when it comes to people knowing her name, people, having things going on outside of the Breakfast Club. So that's another good thing, and that's something that you should do to protect yourself in case you get too comfortable and get laid off, right? And yeah, man, I just wanted to give you guys this video because too many people tend to get too comfortable in a certain position that they're in, not knowing that it can get taken away like this. So make sure you don't get too comfortable. Always be working, always be hustling, always have something on the side that you are grinding towards. My thing on the side is this YouTube channel, right? I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you would want to help the boy, then hey, man, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the motherfucking channel, turn on notifications and all that good stuff, and I'm out. Peace.